Well, we get through a bunch of formalities. We get through a bunch of lists and an opening. I didn't really have to do that today, I suppose. I hope it's not too much information for you guys. I just gave you a video on Monday. But at the same time, I enjoy making sure that everybody is as informed as they can be, and I'm going to continue to. So let's start with the list. The list, this is 1 through 70 or so horses. I'm going to run through them. If I've talked about these horses in one of the lists, I might just brush over them and move forward. If I have not, I'll go into a little more in-depth description of what I see. Ailsund. That's who Steve was going with today. I got Olympic Hopeful mixed up with another horse in an earlier set, and I apologize. I should have asked Steve who he had. I thought it was Olympic Hopeful, and it was Ailsund. Ailsund looked good again today. This affiliate's got tremendous talent. Really high hopes for her heading into the Ohio season. We have a horse that I talked about earlier, Olympic Hopeful. Bad today, but has been really good up until today. Olympic Hopeful, Globetrotting, and Ailsund, and I think there's another one for Ohio. So our Ohio trotting fillies are starting to look good. A little scarce in the trotting colt department. We only have a couple. Rose Run Valiant is one. I think we can get him on the straight and narrow pretty easy now. And Yours If You Want It is another one. There might even be one more. But the filly division, I think, might be a little tougher right now. So Ailsund fits in good. Nice filly, done everything right. Very, very happy with her. Anteros again. I'll continue to mention Anteros just because he is here. He's not turned out. We can't turn him out yet. We want to make sure we get that tendon cleaned up, get a decent ultrasound on it, and then he can go out in the field for the remainder of the spring in the green grass and fill up his belly and grow up and mature into the horse that I hope he'll be. So that's Anteros. Arctic Force won his training set today. Looked really good doing it too. Danny was very happy with him. He was really racy at the quarter pole. I could hear him in behind me, and I just mentioned to Danny, get him out and going. And he was gone after that. Looked really, really good doing it. Beach Boutique, another horse that looked very good today. Continues to look good every single week for us. We had just finalized selling her sister. Sister just was not that effective. This filly is nothing like her sister. It's funny, eh? It's polar opposites. If her sister was blonde, this filly is definitely a brunette because they are nothing alike. Bend Over made the Dean's List a little bit. I'm not too concerned with Bend Over, but I do want to get a nice flat line into him, and I want to see what he's capable of doing right now. I'm not really sure I got a fair estimate of what he can do and can't do today, so I'm going to get one for myself over the next week. Bottle of Red continues to look good. Put a little skip in. Ricky said he just tapped her on the tail, clearing off the lead. She put a step in. He put her in behind, stayed there. He said she paced hard down the lane. Of course she did. She's been good for weeks and weeks and weeks. Bottle of Red continues to impress. I jumped right over top of Beach Bum BB, and I apologize. Beach Bum BB, obviously number 10 on my list, could have been higher. This filly couldn't impress me more than she impressed me today, and she's been looking good for a while. She is on the cusp of being some kind of nice filly for us, I believe. Beach Bum BB's been good. Jump forward again to Brushcut. Brushcut trained good again today. He's been training good all along and looked great again today. Steve went with him, and he had nothing but good things to say about him. Pacing good. Not interfering. I said we wore knee boots on him. He paces narrow, like he might get into his knees, and I'm sure he would once in a while. He was good today, though. Cabernet made my list because she's being a little lazy and jumped over a shadow today. She can train tomorrow morning before we go to the qualifiers. Now, tomorrow, I'll say this out of context, but tomorrow we have 18 horses going to the track, either schooling or qualifying. Busy day tomorrow again for TheStable.ca. Cabernet will be training before we go over. Canadian Titan found my list, but not really sure if she really belongs on it. She's been doing everything kind of right. Just want to see what she can do. She's kind of been in the mix and in the mixer for the last little while, and I want to see what she can do. So I'll go with her over the next week at some point. Capistrano, I can't say anything more about Capistrano. This is a filly, as I said, she's got my full undivided attention now. From here on in, this is a filly that I think has got an abundance of talent, an abundance of intelligence, and surely has a ton of determination after what I saw today. Very impressive mile and training mile, all encompassing from Capistrano today. Cheat and Dixie went good. Ricky should have just stayed where he was. He moved her over to the front, and she got a little excited when I come back around and made a break. Very happy with what I saw, whether she looks sound. So very, very happy with our girl Cheatin' Dixie making real gains. For those of you out there that listen to me talk about muscle chrome and how we're going to treat her knees, just look down at Cheatin' Dixie. It's only going to be a few weeks before we really cut her loose, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. This is a big, powerful filly. That's what happens when you take care of horses, when you know something's bothering them. Her knees were bothering her. We went easy with her throughout the winter. Muscle chromes are bothering her now. Just take an easy spring with her. I think you'll find them both at the track and doing well this summer. Classic Con. Did he make my list? He should have. Yeah, he's on there. Not happy with what I saw from him today. We just had egg bars on him today. I don't think he's trotting very good in them. He's going to find himself working hard over the next 2 weeks to catch up to where I assumed he would be today. We're going to make a little shoeing a change on him, and then maybe even put the trotting hobbles on him. Classic Con's got a lot of talent. Needs to do more work as of today. Nothing wrong with that. Lots and lots of time. Classy Will, again, continues to get tortured by Disco. He keeps moving her to the front, or moving him to the front, or moving him first over. You can't do that with this horse. I talked to him about it today, and it's not the end of the world, but he's just got to find some easy trips for Classy Will. He's having a tough time of it, Big Will. So he was okay today. Finished up right behind a decent mile, a good last half with the horses we were training. Compass Rose DC finished up well also. There's 3 fillies in the barn that need to go on Regimate. Now, Regimate is a hormone that helps them with their cycling. This time of year, the fillies can cycle. Some of them, it really hurts them, really bothers them. My filly, Rose Run Versatile, is one for sure. And so is Compass Rose DC. Who's the other one, Ricky? They wanted me to put on. I can't remember now. It'll come to me. Come to me in this list. So Compass Rose DC needs to go on Regimate, but looks great. Trotting good, doing everything right. I would have liked to see a little more out of her today, but not the end of the world. We'll get her. Pine Creek is the other one. What else do we got here? Crazy Mission. Very poor on training mile today. I would say this horse has regressed just a little bit. Got to get him back on the straight and narrow. I'm going to start going with him tomorrow. I don't know what much I can do tomorrow, but I'm going to start going with him. See if we can get this little guy back on the straight and narrow. Don't believe me, just watch. Oh, excuse me. Don't believe me, just watch. Trained great today for a horse that was castrated, and this is his first work mile in 10 days since being castrated. There's a lot of work to put on him today. He worked pretty good. Finished up real good. I forget who James had. I think it was James, but I was very, 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 very happy with what I saw from... Don't believe me, just watch. Effusive trained good in the first. I'm sorry, Curtis said that we missed the first video. Wasn't live. He had to put it up later. Effusive moved a couple of times. Looked good. Beaten fair and square by 2 fillies. By Really Blue Chip and Knockdown Dragout. A couple of our real hard hitters. Effusive's now just getting his legs underneath him too. He's going to do a lot of work in the next 3 weeks. But looked really, really good today. Emerald Miss, another horse that looked good. Just shy of the top 10 list today. But easily will find her way on there at some point. This is one of our better pacing fillies. She's been really good. James has been touting her for quite some time. He's really in love with her and Wiggle Delight. So I'm interested to see who he's going to land on, when who he likes the best over the next month. I'm going to continue to ask him that. But Emerald Miss was very good today. Enduring Strength was a late scratch. I apologize, but we went to go out the door and the groom stuck the thermometer in his bum, and sure enough, 102.8. Take the gear off him, gave him a little butte, and turned him out in the field for the afternoon. Nothing to be concerned of. This horse has been going great since we've castrated him. Very happy with him. Very smart on the groom's part. That could have been bad if they had trained him with 102.8 temperature today. Excellent Nation. Trained good today. It made a couple of big moves. But at the end of the day, kind of hung out there, and then in the last turn hung out again. We're going to castrate this guy tomorrow morning. I'll be sending out a note about that. No concerns. Just need to nip this in the bud before it gets too late and we can't castrate him. So he'll be gelded tomorrow. Fox Valley Shazam. You saw Fox Valley Shazam today with the hobbles on. And she looked very, very good. Mario was very impressed with her afterward. I think we'll leave them on her for a while. If she leaves them on, fine. If she takes them off later on, that's great too. But she was very, very good today. Forged in Fire, Ricky went with them. I knew that might have been a mistake. I knew we were going to go a decent mile. And, you know, he gets a little rolly in the straightaways. And he's more of a horse that I should go with. Or James or Mario. You know, Ricky did a good job with him. He's just not, I don't think he would get as much out of him as we would have in Forge and Fire, although he finished up 4th and looked all right. Not as good as I thought he'd be today, but he's been great leading up to today, so no concerns with him. Frontier Cruise trained awesome again today. Very impressed with Frontier Cruise. Happy with what I saw from him. Always am. Fusspot was a little flat today, wasn't she? I've been working her pretty hard, and she was awesome over to the mile. She was fighting with me a little bit. I think it took away from the end of the mile. I ended up moving her out and putting her in a position to attack, and she really just wilted. And I think she was just tired. She was just tired today. So not much you can do about that. I need to drive her a little bit better, use her energy a little bit better, but pacing wise, perfect. Very happy with what I saw with her gait today. A little disappointed in myself. I should have just stayed where I was, but nevertheless, Fusspot was pretty good today. Giddy Up Max was awesome today. One of our top 5s today. Notable horses. He looked tremendous. Even James mentioned after how good he looked. Harry asked. This horse will likely be going to Harry this summer. I know that Mario wanted him, but I think he'll probably be going to Harry this summer. Giddy Up Max looks really, really good. Globetrotting looked fantastic. She made the top 10 list also. Very impressed with the way this filly was, and James likes her. He really likes her gait, and I do too. She's just a really nice horse to watch. Harness AM. For those of you wondering where Gold Watch is, we turned him out for 3 months. He was just small. Then he had, you know, we castrated him. He got a little infection coming out of 1 foot. He blew a pus pocket, just one thing after another, and he started to look a little ratty and get a little cranky, and I said, that's enough. We just kicked him out in the field for 3 months. We'll bring him back in later. So we'll be mentioning him periodically, but no concerns with Gold Watch. It's just timing. He didn't need to be in here. Harness AM looked awesome today. Somebody said she looked a little flat. I don't think you know how fast we were going. Johan is a powerhouse, and he likes beating up on horses. I rolled up alongside of her, and he just sunk his head right into his head check, and I let him drive past. But Harness AM was very good. This was a 1.5 miles. He moved her a couple of times, and that was a pretty big last half. 106 and a bit, and a jog cart and a march, probably lots. I was very happy with Johan and very happy with Harness AM. Havana Unana might have bit off a little more than she could chew today. That was my fault. I put her in with like knockdown drag out in them. James said she was good, running in a little bit. They put a Murphy on the outside. She should wear it on the inside. Anyway, she was good. She's just not quite there yet to go with those horses. But as I said to James, she's never going to have to race against those horses ever. One was a colt, 2 were 2 of our best fillies, and she was 4th in there. Very, very happy with Havana Unana. Hometown Boys, 225 mile today at a 1.5 mile speed. Finished up pretty good. Still lazy, as you can see, but starting to shine, starting to look good, starting to come forward, not interfering anymore. This horse will come. He's coming. I see little bits of progression in him. Mario was happy with him again today. So was I. So, Hometown Boys, good again today. I'll play it alone. We just castrated him. He had to be operated on to get it done because he was a ridgeling. He'll start back. He's already started back jogging. He'll start back training probably Wednesday of next week. Very happy with what I've seen from him also. I trained him myself, by himself, the day before we sent him up to get castrated, and oh my, he is a powerhouse. Got to get him under control. He can get a little flighty sometimes, that guy. Inland Beach went good today. Mario was happy there. I'm surprised how big she is now. She's really grown up, that filly. You know, you can see some horse and you say, oh, he's putting on some weight, or he's getting a little bigger. This filly is really, really sprouted up. Very, very happy with what I've seen from Inland Beach. Jailhouse Master, talk about horses coming forward. Here's a horse made her top 5 list, and deservedly so. This is a horse that I am very proud of and very happy for, because he had a tremendous work ethic. Just looked like he struggled to get it done all winter, didn't he? Just couldn't quite get it all done properly. But I got home from Australia and they said, hey, Jailhouse Master's training good. Okay. He trained very good today. And Mark Isabel went with him. Really impressed with what I saw from Jailhouse Master. Johan, what do you want me to say? Johan's a beast. I'd like him to have no hobbles on. I'd like him to get back to that point. Maybe we will. But for now, he wears the hobbles, his training wheels, and he likes them just fine. He was extremely impressive today. Both speed, endurance, stamina, but intelligence. When I moved him to the outside, he felt like he wanted to advance quickly, and I just kind of settled him, and he just crept up alongside, attacked, and then put away Harness AM. Very, very impressed with Johan. I'm always impressed with Johan. He's an impressive horse. Just for me and you, a little flat today, but as I said to you, just wasn't quite herself today. The Sophilia, I don't know if he didn't want to get her in the mix or what he did, but the groom said there was a mark up on her jack. Not a big deal. We start taking the corks off. Obviously, it changes her gait a little bit. We'll put a little set of trotting boots on her that cover up in that area. James really likes her, so I think we'll shuffle it around next time so James can go with her again. Knockdown, drag out. Doesn't seem to matter who we put on her. She's just a beast. Mario went with her today for the first time in a while. Pretty hard not to like her. She just does everything perfect. Just a very, very nice mare. Libero, Hanover today. Was he our biggest mover of the week? I guess no, Sebastian was. Not a big deal. Libero Hanover was as impressive as any horse on the track, considering he's kind of been in the mix. Another one of those in the mixers, just kind of in the middle of the road, doing his work well. Well, today he did it very well and looked very good doing it. Danny loves this horse. Pretty hard not to. Libero Hanover, just a nice-looking horse all around. McPherson Thunder, I knew Mario was just going to stay way back and go a mile and 28. It's probably better he did. This horse hasn't trained in quite a while, and he was very happy with the way he did. I'll be happy when I see him in a group. Do you remember he come unglued a couple of times in the group setting? Anybody can go around and go a mile. I'm going to defer my overall judgment of McPherson Thunder right now to next time he goes when he's in a group setting, and that will be 2 weeks from now. So he'll have another 3 training miles in him before then. Should be in the mix after that. I want to see him go. Marzank Hanover. Daryl messaged me and said, she looks like a, what was the word? Nag. He might even have called her a nag. I said, Jesus, man. She went a last mile in like 20 or 19 or 20. Marzank Hanover's flashy-looking filly. Just wait until she gets her legs under. You know, I wanted to go with her today. I had to go with the horse I went with. I forget who it was. It was important, though. Doesn't matter. James went with Marzank. Said she got a little Edegear in the last turn. You know what? I'm going to put her on my list, too, right here. Marzank Hanover. Now we got a list of 10. Marzank Hanover. There. Marzank Hanover. I've been happy with her. Everybody's kind of been happy with her, except for Daryl, I guess. So I'll go with her this week and see what I think of her myself. Master Treaty, kind of a little bit of regression. I should probably go with this horse. You know, Chad, our owner, owns this horse. Chad Hill, very nice man. Put a lot of time and effort into this colt. I'd like to be able to give him an honest opinion of him within the next 2 weeks. So I think I'm going to have to put Master Treaty on my list. Jeez, my list is growing. Master Treaty on my list, too. What do you want me to say? We'll know more when we know more with Master Treaty. Till then, it's day-to-day, week-to-week with him. McNugget looked better today when her last mile in 19. I was very happy with McNugget. Happy with what I saw. Maybe that was the horse I had to go with instead of... Yeah, I think it might have been. But McNugget did everything right. I would like to see her do more, for sure. But she did okay today. So, excuse me. So I was pretty happy with McNugget. Miss Brampton Beast, number 2. Number 2 on the list. You couldn't look better than she looked today. There's no other way to put it. She does everything right, does everything fast, does everything powerful, and loves her work. So can't say anything negative about Miss Brampton Beast. She's just one of our nicest horses. Miss Mischief Maker, I jogged her afterwards. Oh, I was so happy to go with her, and she was sound as a dollar. Her legs healing up good. She'll be in the next drone session in 2 weeks. Won't train. I might train her Wednesday in a slow mile, depending on how her leg looks. If it looks like it's cold and it's really cleaning out good, then I might train her on Wednesday. But I was very happy to jog her afterwards. She looked tremendous. Muscle Chrome, I talked about her from the outset. We're going to work hard on her knees to get her under control. This is going to be a constant thing throughout 2019 with us and Muscle Chrome, but she's growing. She looks great. Most importantly, loves her work and wants to do her work. So we'll be happy to help out Muscle Chrome after the next few weeks. Nancy Allison looked tremendous today. Made her a list of some sort, top 10 list. Nancy Allison looked good. Has looked good for a while now. Very, very happy with the way I've seen this Donato filly improve. You might say, yeah, well, you know, you're TQing her. We won't have to after a while. I think she's starting to finally understand it now that there is a better way forward, and we're trying to help her, and I think she's ready to accept that medication-free. So, need your opinion. Very happy with her in her top 5 most improved list today. Danny was very impressed with her. Nobody's happier for me. Maybe Matt Chappell is, but nobody's happier for those people than me. Good people, good little filly. and she loves her work. So very, very happy for Need Your Opinion and her connections. Olympic hopeful. She's supposed to be on my list. Olympic hopeful. Made a break today. I was right behind her when she did it. She knuckled over and made a break. Just needs some tweaking, maybe some shoeing adjustments. Olympic hopeful was great for quite a while in the winter on a hard track with lots of grab on. Now she's got no grab on the loose track. You don't have to be Columbo to figure it out. Probably has to do with the grab this filly has. So we're probably going to add a little bit, change her shoeing a little bit, and she'll come right back on the straight and narrow. I'm sure of that. Just a really, really nice filly all around. Otherwise, Path, no, I almost did it again. Overdue Mission. Looked bad today. First time she's looked bad in 2 months. She was a little hot and a little out of sorts today. So I don't know, maybe she tied up on Monday, you know, with this weather the way it is. I'm going to go with her, I want to say tomorrow, but I do have a lot on my plate tomorrow. It will be at some point in the next few days. I will go with Overdue Mission and get to the bottom of this and get her sorted, because this is a filly that I think is one of our better Ohio-bred fillies. And today we'll call anomalous. We'll call today's poor training mile an anomaly. I believe she'll bounce back very good. Path of Totality had a bigger back half today. Looked really, really good doing it. Needs to put some weight on it. Somebody said, geez, she's a little thin. She's huge. She's getting really tall. So probably jogger 2.5, 3 miles next week. Upper feed. I like to give them bran mashes at lunch. If they start to shed weight a little bit, it helps put that weight back on them and really pack it on. So just going to change our regimen a little bit with Path of Totality next week, but I'm very happy with what I've seen from her. Pine Creek was better today. Still a little underwhelming, but at the same time looked better. I can't talk my partner Steve into thinking that she's any good, but I see a filly interfering a little bit left front with her right front, little tender on her right front, over on the left shaft, a little tender on her right hind. I think we can get her sorted, but when you watch her trot down the stretch and into the turns, she's fast. She's fast enough. She's a big, big, tall filly, frail filly. So I think we'll be able to get her sorted, no problem. Clearly no breaks, no issues anymore, but we will get everything else under control. Really blue chip, #1 this week, and deservedly so. When you see that video from set #1, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can make an argument for any one of the top 4, and especially Knockdown Drag Out also. But really blue chip, won the set. Looked good doing it. And I had her parked in the last turn, 3 wide down the backstretch when I had Effusive. So really blue chip deserves to be the #1 of the week and looks tremendous. Rocking Out Loud, maybe bit off, another one that bit off a little more than Chi-Chu. I had some people saying, oh, you need to change this set and that set. It's not always that easy. I'm trying to put horses in with drivers where I can go with the ones I need to go with and other people can go with the ones they're going to go with. And then if the other guys go a little fast, they look a little out of sorts, and that's what happened with Rocking Out Loud today. She went her last mile in 2:24, which is a very good mile for this time of year, but did look handily beaten in that group, and she was. But she'll come. This is a filly we've been letting her hobbles out, letting her hobbles out, letting her hobbles out. She'll get better every week. Rooney Blue Chip. I don't know where this guy got to. I know he looked good in the mile. I can't remember who I had in with him, but Rooney Blue Chip has been awesome. James and Ricky and Danny have fallen in love with this colt. Pretty hard not to. He's just a real flashy, good-looking colt. And right now is when you'd see the bolts start to loosen up. Maybe he's back in his knees. Maybe his knees had hurt him. He's got better and better and stronger and faster over the last 3 weeks. Rooney Blue Chip looks very impressive to me. Rose Run Valiant, good effort today. Steering a little different, I think, because he's getting sounder. Going to make a few little shoeing adjustments, a few little equipment adjustments. He's on my list. We're going to cut this guy loose this week. Enough's enough. We're going to get him where he should be, which is in the top bunch, I think. Rose Run Versatile, trained better today. She was in heat pretty good going out the door. We're going to have to put her on Regimate, but mechanically perfect today. Very happy with her. Greg's done a great job with her since joining the stable. Greg Wade, one of our caretakers, has done a great job with Rose Run Versatile. Sebastian Ray, James said, I was coming to get you with Johan today. I said, you might have thought you were coming. He said, no, I was flying. And then somebody said, who'd James have that was flying late and made a break? He made a break because as we hook up the hobbles to the jog cart, sometimes the strap's a little short. You can use a snap, you can use a lot of things. we generally just use a snake cord because there's a few of them kicking around. So snake cord is just a rope, virtually a rope with 2 rings on it that go around the horse's jaw. But in this case, we just wrap it around the jog cart back. Horse was flying on the end of it. He was trotting so hard, he broke the snake cord. Broke it, ripped it right off the jog cart. The hobbles went loose and the horse made a break. James was adamant he was coming to get me, but I didn't hear any footsteps. But anyway, Sebastian Ray looked great. Number 1 mover of the week, and rightfully so, Sebastian Yu. Didn't just fool you, fooled me. I had some concerns. If you go back in the videos about 2 months, I talk about how we were castrating Sebastian Yu and we were going to stop with him for 3 weeks because he just didn't feel comfortable. These are the types of things that we do, and this is why we train the horses the way we do, is so that you can make decisions like that in January that affect March. There wasn't a horse on the track looked as good as Sebastian Yu today, it felt. Sure, we expected Johan and Knockdown Dragout, really blue chip to be good. Nobody expected Sebastian Yu to look like that, and he looked as good as any horse in the facility today. Man, oh man, did he ever come out of left field. Sebastian Yu looked tremendous today. And again, you can say, oh, you're talking the horses up. I'm giving you the straight goods. Go back and look at the video and tell me if Sebastian Yu didn't look fantastic. Go back 2 months ago to our commentary and listen to what I said about him. This is why we train them the way we train them, and this is what happens when you do it this way. Sebastian Yu is Sebastian Yu today because of the way we treated him in December and January. So, sometimes things happen, made a little break. James isn't so certain the hobbles might not help this guy, but he's such a competitor. He's just big and strong, and they're starting to look good. He's starting to physically look good, and he's coming around. I haven't been in a rush with them just because I've been waiting to get the corks off of this colt. They're off now. James got him around a flat mile last week and thought he looked great. I was a little surprised he made a break on Danny today, but maybe that's the thing. Maybe James needs to go. If he makes a break on James next time, then we'll put the hobbles on, unless they really believe he needs them on. But though his gait, from what I can tell, from what I can see on the track, I don't think he needs hobbles. I just think he needs work. He's going to come. Just a really, really nice horse to be around, too, is sometimes things happen. Spend that money, made my list. Made a little break today. Should not be doing that. This filly is far too fast to be. I know exactly what I'm going to change on her, and I'll be very, very surprised if she isn't a different horse the next time she goes on the track. Her gait will be different. Her attitude will be different. And the result of the training mile will be seismically different from today. I was not happy with what I saw from this filly today, but I think I know how to fix it right away. We'll nip this in the bud right away. Spirit of Dio was very good today. James won the training session, looked good. Said she could have been better. You know, she's a little bumpy in the turns. This is a big filly. I don't think you understand how big she is. To be trotting as strong and powerful as she does on the track at Campbellville, pretty impressive all on her own. Very, very happy with Spirit of Dio's mile today. One big step forward for her. Sunshine and Shade continues to be good, continues to be one of our better horses. Really impressed with the way this colt has looked over the last little while, and it continued again today. Very impressive mile. Susie K was the one I thought was going to be the breakout filly. She trained so good her last 2 times, but then today the track was a little deeper. She looked good, but not like Sebastian Yu good, not like shockingly good. Just better, much better. And she does look better. She's going to be a decent filly for us, I believe. I couldn't be happier with what I saw today. Trafalgar. Harry can't count to 3, apparently. Everybody asks, you know, are we going 1.5 miles? And it's always, from now on, 1.5 miles. Harry went a mile. Won a mile and went to pull up Trafalgar, and then they blew by her. And at that point, she'd already surrendered for the day. Trained a mile and 27, looked very, very good doing it. No big deal. I guess it's my fault and Harry's fault. I told him I'll take 50% of the blame. But not the end of the world. This filly looked awesome today. Time I'll Dazzle looked good again today. Continues to look good, this filly. Danny's been very, very happy with her. Not Danny, I'm sorry. Mario's been very happy with her. Gislin went with her today, and he was very happy with her again. Pretty hard not to be happy with this filly. She's just a nice filly. Yours if you want it. Drove into the top 10 today because he deserves to be. It's just a nice colt. This is one of our better Ohio colts, and I think a colt that's got a very, very bright future. Very happy with him. Little goofy to go out and jog around, but once you get him the right way of the track, he's all business. Utopian. This horse definitely made my list. Jeez, my list is getting longer. Utopian's making my list. Made a few little breaks today. I thought his hobbles were a little long. Maybe put a little trailer on him. get him under control. Fast colt. I really thought he'd look flashy today. Instead, he kind of faltered a bit. But we can work on that, and I will over the next few days. Watch Av. Made a couple of breaks, but I'd said his hobbles were a little long and brand new hobbles. Plus, he just got castrated last week. This colt will be just fine. Very happy with what I saw from him today, and I think he'll only get better in the future. Wiggle Delight, James touted her as one of the best fillies in the property. I screwed him today. I get out in front of him with Fusspot and really got in his way, but she finished up very strong. Anybody go back and watch the video. Wiggle Delight is always one of our nicest fillies. Willpower Fashion, first day with the hobbles on. James loved Willpower Fashion today. Said we make a few little changes with him. I agree. He needs to physically look better, though. He still looks hairy and woolly. Looks like an old, he looks like an old bear in the woods. He just needs to get that shed. The sun and the weather will come around, and he'll shed quickly, and you'll see him really come forward. I say the next training session in 2 weeks, you're going to see a brand new Willpower Fashion. Zeb Sunshine. I did not talk to Steve today. Didn't hear anything. Usually means good. Zeb Sunshine has been good, will continue to be good, is very well bred, and every time he goes on the track, gets a little bit better. So that's everything that took place today. Very happy overall with everybody today. A couple of horses faltered. We're going to work on that. Some of the horses were a little tired. Obviously, they haven't trained hard in 2 weeks. Some of them were coming off castrations. But for the most part, some impressive miles today. Some impressive new horses today. Gave you 5 of them. Sebastian Yu was ultra impressive, as was Capistrano, and the other horses I put on my video, my top 5 video. Give them to you again. They are Sebastian Yu. Libero Hanover was fantastic. Need Your Opinion. Jailhouse Master and Giddy Up Max. Great day. Great day of weather. It's now supper time. It's almost 6 o'clock. I'm just finishing up my videos. I will see you guys soon. Saturday, it looks like it's going to be muddy. If you want to come out to the farm, we might be training some. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon.